Welcome. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, how's it going?
I'm Ian.
I'm Christian Michael Pickard.
All right, just one up me. Throw the last name shit in
Well,
there.
I mean,
All
that's
right,
going to
fine.
be a reoccurring theme.
All right, you do again.
I'm
you do
Patrick
you.
Michael
You do
Jacobson
you.
the
All right.
third.
The third.
I'm gonna change mine. I am now
Yeah,
Sir Ian McKellen.
The first,
Briggs.
the first two models of Pat Jacobson were defective.
This one is not defective though.
Yeah. So great. Welcome to The Circle.
Yes.
This is our first episode. As you call it a pilot, but you wouldn't because that's for TV.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's semantics.
Yeah.
Semantics.
Fantastic. Yeah, so, this is pretty much going to be just kind of a laid-back media podcast talking about music, movies, pretty much anything that is related to the media. So we're going to cover a lot today. I think we're going to start off just mostly talking about the things we enjoy, things we hate, and kind of see where it goes. So, yeah. The first thing that I want to talk about for sure is music, just because I know that we're all really into a lot of different types of music
Probably
and
one
stuff.
of our favorite topics of
Good place
everything
to
for sure.
kick it off.
Yeah, so at least for me, I know my favorite music of all time. Idea and Abilities, Oliver Hart, all the same guy.
I didn't see this coming.
Hip hop on lock.
Yeah,
that's for
hip hop
sure.
on lock.
Hip hop on
Oh
lock.
man, dude, you're writing lyrics.
Greatest
Spitting dope.
rapper or... Ah, damn it! I fucked up the joke. Wait, take two.
Yeah, it's because we're doing takes here, guys.
No, we're leaving that in there. I'm not gonna edit that out.
Of course,
you're gonna go take
Of course,
two.
we're not editing.
He still hasn't got to take two.
This doesn't get take two.
So, Idea and DJ Abilities, quite possibly the most phenomenally skilled rap artists in existence. I think.
Yeah.
Ian thinks so, yeah.
Ian definitely. Would you disagree?
I wouldn't say I disagree, no.
No, I wouldn't definitively say that I do agree, but I would say that. I mean, god damn, I would have a hard time.
I certainly
trying to
can't
figure
think
out-
of anyone else to put above it.
I think it becomes really subjective though when you talk about that kind of stuff, and obviously like
Yeah.
we all have our own preferences and like.
I think your
'cause
opinions
when
are dumb.
There's been dumb opinions, huh? Going back to that.
Yep.
God damn it. Yeah. But I don't know. I think it is interesting because, like, what I look for in that kind of music when it comes down to it is more of that really aggressive. I want to use the word intellectual, but that comes off so condescending.
Aggressive
But
intellectual.
in all reality,
Yeah. Well, it's more like introspective, I guess, is the
Yeah,
word I
that's
would use
true.
for it rather than intellectual. And some people they just aren't into that, and I don't think it's bad that people like party music or anything. I just I like different things in music. I like
Everybody's
stuff that's
different.
more
You're-
important,
I think.
That sounds so condescending too. I like stuff that's important, man.
yeah.
Your shit is like so unimportant. It's like it means nothing. And
I
I'm
don't
better
care
than
if you like party music. I just judge you
it's just
intensely.
not important.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter.
The really nice thing
You
about
can't say that without being condescending. So.
the really nice thing about Idea is that even if you're not into the whole introspective thing, that's not all that he does. Like,
Yeah.
people will talk about rappers that are introspective, like, oh, I'm more into the hardcore kind of the braggadocious style. Well, just say no more. Look to the guy's second album. He takes that torch and he runs with it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a crazy
absolutely.
good album. E&A, probably easily one of my favorite rap albums of all time.
Yeah, God, I remember the first time I was showing you his stuff too. I showed you the stuff that I really liked by him, which is always the way more introspective, kind of like ominous kind of sounding beats. And you're like, yeah, this is pretty good.
But then it
And
spans all the
yeah.
way to like his like punk rock kind of.
Oh yeah,
stuff
Carbon
that he put
Carousel.
together.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Everybody
just
should
like,
check that
wow.
out. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain inspired punk rock
Yeah,
music.
exactly.
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
that narrows it down.
Yeah. Except it's not the bullshit new wave fake punk rock that was spawned from Kurt.
did
It's
you
like
just say-
legitimate influence.
You just okay. When you say new wave, you mean like
new wave of-
okay, because new wave punk rock. I think we just invented a genre.
We got a new band going. That's perfect. That's perfect.
New order.
All right, what
meets,
about? I have a question
Clash.
for you. DJ Abilities.
What about him?
Does he do solo?
Yeah, he's done all
Yes, he
kinds of
does.
stuff. When I went to summer camp, not summer camp.
Summer
Somerset?
camp.
No, Somerset.
Yeah, Somerset.
In like 2010 or 11. I
remember that.
He was there. And that was a crazy
Oh,
experience.
nice.
He did a really fucking awesome set.
Was that the one where you and your
Did
brother?
he play any like idea shit?
Yeah, that actually, I remember because I heard him I was like off in the distance, like at some like merch tent, and I
Oh,
just
yeah,
heard
you told
them
me this
break into like EA, and I just fucking jumped up and just sprinted in that direction.
Didn't you and your brother, like, you just suddenly gave each other a look?
Yep, yeah, we were just blocked
yeah.
and then just gone.
And with the guys you were with, you
Yeah.
were like, we gotta go.
Yep. And then they were just like, "What?"
We're outta
What?
here.
And then just ran off. But
That's
yeah, so you know,
awesome,
I think when it comes down to it, he's my favorite, and he's definitely influenced me in the music that I make and stuff. You know,
Okay. Hell yeah.
I don't know. What about you, man, Christian?
I think overall, there are two groups that I would want to talk about. I think that overall, my favorite group and what influences my style and my desire to, pursue my own kind of little hobby as a rapper is definitely the Wu-Tang Clan.
yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Mr. Comurder Dragon over here.
Yes,
Even your
yes.
name is so like Shaolin Wu-Tangy,
It is,
like
yes.
so
Oh, man.
classically inspired by that. You can just tell.
Sounds like all of them combined.
Yeah, I can
Mashed
do
into one.
I can do a pretty good Method Man impression.
Yes, you can.
When I showed I remember when I showed our friend Connor the first draft that we did of like the debut track I want to do. he was like, yeah, I like this a lot, but it sounds a little too much like Wu-Tang. And
A little too
yeah, and
much
Ian's like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it means nothing. It's just too Wu-Tang. It sounds too much like a band that was incredibly successful.
Like,
You guys should probably drop this project.
Yeah.
I can't think. There definitely, I would say, is not a more prolific rap group out there. Like,
I think when you're talking success-wise, that's really undeniable. You know, like that crowd of like NWA and all those
and yeah, I was
people,
gonna say NWA.
absolutely, yeah. I think that they paved the way for a lot of that rap stuff. I mean, even Idea talks about how he was super into all that
yeah.
the West Coast, like California rappers stuff, and
Well, they're East Coast. So. Wu-Tang
West
is.
Coast. I was just talking about
Oh.
in general. That's still that era though, is what I'm
Oh yeah,
referencing. You know,
and
and
the
whether
West
or not
Coast, really.
yeah,
For
like
Idea.
California stuff.
That's
yeah, he mentions it
interesting.
in a couple of his freestyles.
Well, I can see how.
I would think he's more of the East Side.
Yeah, but I feel like his idea. He can't just like.
He-
oh, I'm
he
fucking East Coast.
transcends-
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, he can't be.
well-
he can't be one of those kind of people. He's
He
like,
was
"Well,
a-
what are
That's
they
the point.
about? I'm gonna check
What
them
was
out.
he? Was he not a Midwestern rapper?
He was absolutely a Midwestern rapper.
Yeah, yeah.
St. Paul, Minnesota, I want to say. St. Cloud, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
One of those saints.
Well,
Those
there.
dang saints.
Yeah, you know, there's too many of them.
And not only that, but in E&A, there are actually little snippets of the samples that Abilities uses where there's definitely Wu-Tang in there. Like,
Well, there's probably so many samples and everything.
well,
Yeah, totally.
Last time we were hanging out, I was telling you guys about how, I know where he gets that E-A.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
E-A.
Yeah.
It's from A Tribe Called Quest, Midnight
That's crazy. I
Marauders,
never
yeah.
even knew that.
And we
Yeah.
tried to find the song, but we couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I think it's very true. I see a lot of that style in you. I mean, Pat, where do you even fit in on this? Are you into like rap music and stuff too, or is that like just
I
kind
wouldn't
of?
say no, but it's definitely not my my forte, if you will. But being a drummer, the whole percussion side of things is really my thing. So
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
the beats and everything.
So I feel like
hence
you could
why I
get-
asked about DJ abilities.
I feel like you could get behind the mechanics of it.
Exactly,
well,
that would
yeah.
be my side of things. Like my music, is all. My favorite's Tycho for sure, no doubt. I saw him at Red Rocks
Tycho.
last year, and it was amazing.
Tycho, that was the. I don't mean to cut you off. That was the one that we found because of Adult Swim,
Yeah,
right?
some
He
of
was
you
in
may
like.
have discovered him from Adult Swim. He did their little.
Yeah.
They'd put like a mountain scene, and then put a little AS in the corner.
Yeah.
And Tycho would have some of his music playing.
Those were some of my favorite sequences Adult Swim would do.
Exactly.
And then it
they
was like
were.
you had to find the little logo or whatever.
It was like, where is the
They
AS
really
in
they
this
really
one?
go above and beyond for their like little.
That was seriously
intro.
spot on. That was how I discovered Tycho as well. I just looked him up.
That's
Like, who is
interesting.
this guy?
Yeah.
And
You actually went and saw him?
since then, yeah. Red Rocks last year.
Oh, that must have been such an awesome
It
show.
was so awesome, dude. That
Red
place
Rocks
was
is a beautiful
amazing.
place. If you ever get the chance, like
Go.
that,
It was,
yeah.
It was.
Even if it's not a band
that
you
was the only
like, just
time I've
go.
been
It's
there,
a
but it
fucking
was amazing.
experience.
Yeah.
Even if it's like
That's what I hear. I
I'd go watch Justin Bieber at Red
What are
Rocks.
you
Are
doing?
you kidding? I don't
It's
even
like,
care.
Oh, we're just going to
Wow.
Red Rocks.
It's just a cool
Dude,
place.
you pregame in the parking lot. You just sit out there and like me and Kaylee didn't know anybody, but we were in Colorado with our friend Zach. Shout out to him. And we just had his whole group of friends with us, and we were just everything in the parking
Yeah.
lot, and then migrate into the show.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah, pregame in
A good
Colorado is a
time.
little different than pregame in
Old
some other states.
Wisconsin,
You know,
yeah.
old Wisconsin. Instead of pounding like 20 beers before the game.
I thought it was kind of.
pound other things.
I thought.
Fantastic.
I thought that it was kind of interesting that you mentioned that your experience with percussion can kind of get you familiar with the mechanics of hip hop music, because when I was in like the 5th
I'm
grade.
terrible with words. I can't write. that's my other.
No, you wrote one, so I remember that you had a
yeah,
verse
whatever
that you
that
wrote
was,
that was on that one track with who's that?
I did a couple of those, but
I thought you could have done something with
It's
it. You
all
just had
locked
to,
in the vault
I
now.
don't
Yeah,
know.
right. Yeah, he's not gonna do it.
We're gonna release it 20 years later after you're dead, of course. And
Just so we can make all the money ourselves.
I don't know where the "of course" came from.
We'll just jokingly have you sign the rights over to us for you.
Just as a joke.
Fantastic.
No, it is interesting that you mentioned that, because when I was in like the 5th grade, it wasn't anything extensive, but I was playing the drums in a class, and it really taught me a lot about having a very tight rhythm.
Yeah, I was just gonna say rhythm is like
Rhythm.
big.
And that helps a lot with flow in terms of, because you can't just
with
say
flow big time. It
yeah,
helps.
yes. You
like,
can't just say whatever
lock
the
it
fuck
in.
you want.
Yeah.
Like in a line. It has to be
On
all
point.
timed together purposely and on point.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think that there's a lot of that tied into like every kind of music, and you know, like any kind of like thing that involves a rhythm in any way. You know, people that are like dancers are probably already pretty decent when it comes to that stuff, because it's about
God,
just
yeah.
knowing how to pinpoint that amount of like accuracy when it comes to landing on a beat.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's nobody better at that than Idea. Just
You all
bringing
know.
it full circle
You
here.
are just
feels
straight
about
going to be
idea.
riding this man's dick the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah.
There's
Yeah, if only he was still alive.
I'd just be his friend, all right?
oh yeah, sure, yeah. You'd be real good buddies. There's
You know,
another
the last show he played was in Madison,
yeah,
Madison,
and,
Wisconsin. Yeah.
and you never got to see it.
Nope, I was in Madison.
You know, I think that was when I had that AV job earlier last year.
Yeah.
The one dude that said he saw.
that was the show.
I'm pretty sure that
It
was
would
it.
it
'cause
would
he
have
said
had
it
to
was
be
in
'cause it
Madison.
yeah, that was like
And that guy was. He's
that was
like
either
38
the last show
something.
or one of the last shows of his tour. Yeah, and then he died, I think in November
Yeah.
or October maybe. But yeah, it's definitely it's a sad thing, but we must move on. We
Tragic
must
tragic
live.
whaling incident.
Yeah, but then you know there's other rappers out there. You got that Kanye West. You know he's
Oh, he's the best at being the fucking worst.
you know I think he's become
I would
such
agree.
he's become kind of like this weird caricature of himself in the past like year. Have you guys noticed that? He's
Just the last year.
well, I mean, I guess I'm being
I feel like
kind of
it's just slowly kind of been growing.
I think
Well, he's
Kanye exists as a caricature perpetually.
well, it seems like at least he used to have some consistency in the stuff he said. When you look at him in like the early 2000s,
Because it's consistently
and stuff.
stupid.
Well, there's a lot of stuff he said that's a little weird, but I think that specifically in this past year, he's being weird for even him. You know, with all this interesting like Trump stuff and this whole idea of him like walking off on stage and kind of being weird.
Yeah, those
all the
weird
Mark. Remember
rants that
the
he
Mark
throws on
Zuckerberg thing where he
stage.
was
Oh,
like,
that was
where he was like,
crazy.
Mark Zuckerberg, give me your money and I can do dope shit. I want to bring dope shit to the world. It's like, why is that Mark Zuckerberg's job?
For
to
those
give
of you
money?
unfamiliar, he got into this just deranged Twitter rant, and it just randomly just jutted off to like he was complaining to Mark Zuckerberg, and he was like, "Hey, you give all this money to these kids in Africa for education.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
why don't you support my
Really?
dope shit?"
Okay, yeah, no, okay. I remember specific. No, okay.
Yeah,
So the way he worded it too was
Wow.
like, you know, you. Oh, so okay.
I didn't know like
Yeah.
it was like that.
Well, okay, and it wasn't as like direct.
Well, yeah,
very
but
much paraphrasing, but
but
because
still.
as I recall, what it was, he said like, yeah, you can spend like this amount of money and you can build one school, or you can give it to me and I can bring dope shit to the whole world.
Oh yeah, that's
So
what
it
the
was like-
kids need
Yeah,
in
it was-
Zimbabwe.
How much better?
Yeah.
How much better is that?
No, it's not. It's not. But I think
I mean,
it kind of puts a little bit more understanding on kind of his frame of mind, I think, at the time. But even recently, with all the Trump shit, it seems so counter to what he has presented as an individual throughout like his whole career. And I feel like he's losing a lot of his fans and stuff because of it.
Well, he does that fake bullshit where he's all like, "Oh, like we got the corporations and the fucking terrible, and we got to bring down the man."
Throwing out words and just
then
like.
in the next breath, he's like,
yeah.
"Everybody wants that Nike endorsement. Everybody."
Yeah, that's a valid point. Yeah, it does seem like he's kind of caught up in that industry, but he doesn't want to be in a lot of ways. You know, he thinks that he's kind of become that entity, even though it's like, I don't know. Why aren't my shirts selling good? I got these fans. I got so many fans.
Maybe
like,
because
dude,
you're selling plain white
fans,
tees at $120 fucking dollars.
Yeah, and a lot of your fans that like grew up listening to you don't have a lot of money, dude. Like, you can sit around and pretend like it's marketing all you want, but the fact is,
marketing.
I mean, it has a lot to do with that kind of
some kind of marketing. It's not good marketing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, there's no such thing as bad press, right? And I think there might be some something to that, really, because I mean, he's been getting a shit ton of press, and I don't know. You guys heard about the whole Kim robbed thing or whatever, right?
Well, aren't there allegations that is a hoax?
You know, I had heard that.
Say I heard.
I don't quite believe it.
I had heard that.
I don't
think she
quite
actually
believe it's a
got-
hoax. I'm not saying that.
Yeah. I think there was some shit going on saying it was fake, but I'm pretty sure it happened at this point. Like the police were involved in France. Like it's pretty much official at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
But honestly, it's like, who the fuck cares? Like, I'm sorry, Kim, if you're listening. I'm so sorry that you got robbed.
Hey,
but
call me,
Wait,
girl.
what was this? What was this?
She got robbed in Paris of like her jewelry and shit. I guess in some alley or some shit. I don't know the full details. She got robbed.
No, they
and
like. I
Kanye-
think they raided like her hotel room or something.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was not like what is Kim
shit.
Kardashian doing in a fucking alley?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, like being a whore.
I hope nobody takes my pearls. And then she like clutches them.
Why is she like an old prospector's wife?
Why not? Why not? Are you sure that would even be a prospect?
No, I don't know.
There's
God, that's
okay.
amazing, man.
Old
So-
Southern rich lady. I don't know.
There's another kind of they aren't new on the scene, but they're new as a duo. And
What is? Oh, a group you're bringing up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
and on top of Wu-Tang like kind of formed the base of along with like Biggie and to some extent like Dr. Dre too. Those are the guys that
Big L.
really Big L I got into later, but he is fucking phenomenal. Look up Big L.
Big L.
First album,
You know him?
flawless first album.
Big L.
Big L.
Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous.
Okay. I'm just making sure that yeah.
Big L.
Dude,
Yes.
Ice-T,
That
man.
is his name. Not
MVP.
it's not Biggle.
Biggle.
Boggles.
I'm not sure you
lesser
should be
known.
listening to it if you call it Big Ol'.
It's just like the Wiggles, right?
Fruit salad, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, but there's this. They're OGs. They're from like they've been doing shit for a long time, but they just started out as a duo together. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Killa Mike, and I think LP is a little lesser known, but I can't say for sure. And they got together and they formed this project called Run the Jewels, and it just blew up. It just blew up. And the first two albums are absolutely perfect. There is, I mean, I'm not going to say absolutely there aren't any flaws in it, because I mean, you can't say that about just about anything. But
Yeah.
every track on those two albums is worth looking into.
Yeah.
And
Really?
they just released their third project. Like it was actually on Christmas Day. They announced it was going to be January 13th, but then they were like, "Yeah, fuck it." And I listened to that too, and it's very out there. It's not what you would expect from traditional rap, but it still retains those roots, and it's so good. It's so good. They actually
In what way was it not what you expected?
Well, LP, who also does the production on it,
Yeah.
his style of producing beats is more. It's more based in electronics than like a lot of older rappers will use jazzy elements
Yeah.
and traditional instruments. He
Pianos
relies
or horns or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things,
Stuff like
bass
that.
lines,
and he relies primarily on just kind of electronically produced
like
sounds for these
synthesizers.
projects. Yeah.
pretty much. Okay, yeah, that's cool then.
And they influenced my style recently in terms of their flow. They do a lot of stuff that's like it's just rapid fire, very little time to take breaths sort of thing. And what's really cool about them too is that they do a really cool mix of like really laid back, casually hilarious type stuff, but also like the hardcore, we're gonna run up on motherfuckers and just take everybody out.
Yeah. You know, I've always had a hard time connecting with a lot of that like really harder kind of rap music.
No one really
then-
lives
then
that
Big
lifestyle.
Al.
Well, no, and I respect him for like just lyrical prowess more than anything.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
fuck yeah.
like you know, I even so, I've had a hard time. Like my whole life with rap music was like I never could connect with this whole like, you know, popping
gangbanging
gats.
thing.
Yeah, and like you
Yeah.
know, I can respect it when it's like you know talking about like hardships because everybody can kind of like it's just
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
empathy. Everybody can like you know think about that. But the ones where it's like just you know talking mad shit and just being aggressive towards everybody and I don't know, I never felt like it was legitimate. It is always just like this big dick measuring contest.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
That's,
just
that's all rap is.
yeah, but there's ways to do it without like the gun stuff in my opinion. Like
Oh,
the
yeah,
reason
yeah.
I think Idea was
more,
so
like,
good at it, and
productive
I'm bringing it
way.
right back to
Like,
Idea.
the fake gun of God.
is the fact that
all of the
he
podcasts.
is like the best battle rapper that ever existed
Oh,
too.
there's no doubt.
No shit.
Freestyling.
Yeah, and
mean,
like, and he
he's-
managed to approach that stuff without going into all those mainstream topics.
Yeah,
And I think
without
that's
seeming
why
fake.
people see him as better because he was using topics that weren't so normal.
You didn't
so it
expect
seemed
it.
exactly, and it's this kind of nerdy little white skater kid that's like 19.
I
What are you
think
gonna do, dude?
I think rap does its best with the whole like gang banging, gut and busting thing. Specifically when it's talking about like the trials that like inner city America had to face within
Yeah.
that time period.
Yeah,
and where it's
exactly.
like a
It just
social
has-
commentary.
The
Yeah, and I
majority
was-
of music does, though.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, not now as much. Really.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But country music.
Country music, absolutely.
concept.
You look back at blues. The whole reason blues started out was like the whole like, what was that? It was they didn't want them to have instruments, and they
what?
so they started bringing all this like shit together, and
And they
that's-
were like making
Yeah,
them
yeah. Are
pretty
you
much.
kidding me?
yeah, that
Really?
was,
No, I don't know
that
about
was-
this.
I think that was the beginning of like
probably knows more than I do,
rhythm and
but
blues
yeah.
kind of stuff. I might be wrong. I might be a couple like
So
like a
that-
couple years off or something, but there was
R&B. So that's how we got Usher.
That's yeah, Usher.
Where he came from.
Yeah, he's totally way back in the day.
Totally the same
grassroots.
thing.
Yeah,
No, but,
exactly.
I mean, yeah, but for the most part, every music is kind of just almost a representation of.
The culture that it's
Yeah.
embedded in. Yeah.
Definitely.
EDM.
You know, well, yeah. Oh man,
DM.
EDM.
Oh, EDM.
EDM, you know,
The Dungeon
that's this is kind of the same concept.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It definitely is. And you know, it's really interesting to me to see the way that rap is evolving and how it has evolved. And you know, it definitely was in a long time that
Oh, yeah.
for a long time that whole
Devolving.
yeah,
you
sure,
could-
devolving.
you
You
could
could
say
say
that.
that. What? Which one was that supposed to be?
That was fucking any
Any
of them.
of them?
Any of them. Like what? They have
Mumble
names now.
Yeah. You know, okay, and you know what's really interesting though is I actually saw, and this is not an accolade for the rapper himself, but
That
there
was
was
Lil
this-
Rapper, by the way.
Lil Rapper.
Lil Rapper.
Lil Rapper. It's my new moniker. And it was basically it was Young Thug, and so he's up and coming. You know, he's got a lot of that
He's up
good
somewhere.
stuff going on.
It's good.
I don't know what I
mean, to say the least.
Yeah,
Good
so
stuff.
but he released this video recently for this song. It's called like Wyclef Jean. It's named after like a rapper from some time. But it was basically what the video was he never showed up to any of the shoots. He just didn't show up, so they had to shoot the whole thing without him.
Ever.
And yeah, and it was just the whole video is basically the story of how he never showed up, and the guy who's making the video
And
just
the video
just complaining
producers and all those people
and
just
just him
like, what do we
complaining
do?
about how fucking he never shows up.
Ridiculous it was.
And well, he's apparently notorious for that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's been concerts where it was like,
It is
oh
a
yeah,
great
he's right
video,
around
you
the
should
corner.
watch
Just
it.
wait, he'll be there in a minute. And like 4 hours later, people are still standing in the crowd.
Yep.
You know,
Which
and
is
like
mentioned numerous times in
Yeah.
the video.
But you know, I think that there's something to that. So I would never listen to Young Thug. Personally, I find it really just dumb. But I watched
yeah.
this whole video because, and I would definitely recommend you go watch it because it's a really interesting thing from a production standpoint. Wyclef Jean. I don't know if I pronounced
and
that
it's
right.
I feel
funny.
like that is
Yeah.
the reason that it is so interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're really not paying attention to the song that they're playing. You're
Yeah.
just like, what happened? What is the video telling me right now?
Yeah, so I just think that it really shows that in this industry, we can talk about how much talent matters and it's the most important thing, but when it comes down to it, it's really just not true.
It's not.
It's not how it works. And like that, it's not even me being like cynical, like, oh, there's no
It's
good
like
artists in the mainstream.
exposure.
It's the fact that there is so much more to the industry than how good you are as a musician, or
It
you
is.
know. Your level of exposure is going to be so much determined by an amount of luck or being in the right place and meeting the right person. I guess that's still just luck when it comes down.
I mean, I guess it is.
Well, but you
still.
still have to have something, you know, like that mainstream. You have to be able to copy that mainstream style in a way
Yeah.
that people respect and see daily. Anyways, you know, you
Yeah.
need to kind of blend into that crowd, and then you can just be another radio star that gets his fame from that. I mean, and I'm not trying to belittle it. I mean, it sounds like I'm being condescending, and it's just because
Well, it's
I don't
not
really like
all
it.
of them are like that.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
that's true.
It doesn't mean every single artist
I
that
personally-
you hear on the radio or as a you know, quote unquote pop artist.
Yeah, you know who
is
I
like
think
that,
it-
but-
that's a really valid point, and I think that one of like low key one of the most talented musicians, directors, actors, all of that shit,
All around.
is
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Childish Gambino. That
Saw
dude
that coming.
is off the charts.
He is,
He's
though.
it's crazy. He's so talented. He started out he wrote some script for The Simpsons, and that's how 30 Rock picked him up. They were like, this
Yeah.
is funny as hell, and so they picked him up. And then he wrote for 30 Rock forever, and then he ended up leaving, and he did like all the Childish Gambino stuff. And then he had a show. He invented a show that he directed, produced, wrote, and starred in.
Can I interject real quickly?
Yeah.
Young Thug has a song called Harambe.
Oh, fucking course he does.
I believe it's actually on one of his latest projects called My Name is Jeffrey, I think. Don't,
Name is
Don't
Jeffrey.
ask questions
Is his
about
name
what he-
actually Jeffrey?
No, I don't think it is.
Interesting.
Don't ask
Doesn't look
questions
like a
about
Jeffrey,
what
does
he
he?
does. It's not supposed to make
My name
sense.
is Jeffrey.
The whole album is full of like, ooh, like these are homages to my influences, and he names each track after one of his influences. One of them is named after Kanye West, so you know it's quality. But,
God,
it's
anybody who likes Kanye is gonna just think we're fucking assholes, dude.
Oh, fucking stoner. That's what I'm looking at. Okay. Anyway.
Who cares?
On
No.
wait.
I respect him as a businessman.
As a businessman, I respect him as a fashion figure.
Yeah. Hey man, you gotta have skill to do at least some of that shit. You know, you gotta know how to manipulate people.
When Young Thug started, one of his main first projects, I don't know if it was his first project or what, but it was he wanted to name the album The Carter 6. Now, the Carter series is something made by another one of the shittiest rappers ever alive, Lil Wayne, who was his one of his big influences, and they got into this whole dispute where it was like there is no Carter 6, and like they were
What?
dissing each other back and forth because of it. Yeah, and so
Seems
one of
kinda
his
petty.
Yeah, well, one of his idols turned out to be just they don't like each other so much anymore.
Oh,
so
man.
that's why he's not on My Name is Jeffrey.
Okay, yeah. I think that's this industry to me is just so interesting. I think that there's just so many different ways that you can approach success, kind of in this era, and you don't really need to be tied down to the mainstream. But at the same time, it's always going to be the most powerful when it comes down to it. The mainstream music is always going to be what determines kind of what people are going to listen to and what people are going to like. And as much as we want to push for like alternative music, it's I think that in a lot of ways these alternative groups wouldn't be what they are if they were in the mainstream. I know that sounds like some fucking hipster like platitude of like, oh well, I just don't want to like what mainstream people like, and there are a lot of people who are like that. But I think that when something becomes mainstream in a lot of ways, it gets diluted sometimes.
Just because of that fact.
Well, it gets overplayed, and people are like, "Oh, this is such a dope track," and then it's like, listen to the fucking lyrics. It's about like a baby dying. Like I know, like I've heard a bunch of songs where people do that kind of stuff, and it seems to overshadow the message that the artist had in the first place.
Wanted to portray.
Is it pushing it a little bit? Do we have time for me to read a little bit of Young Thug's brilliant poetry?
Where are we at?
Time wise?
Yeah.
I mean, right now we're looking at about probably just under a half hour.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we got plenty of time, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. All right. So, I'm only gonna read the hook once, of course.
Okay.
This is Stoner by Young Thug. I'm a stoner. 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 I'm a stoner.
Wait, what was the second to last line?
I'm a stoner.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and then it's followed up by, this is a good twist. I'm a motherfucking stoner.
So it's like trying to be like a less cool Wiz Khalifa.
Whoa! Shots fired!
It does seem to be.
This is the vibe I'm picking up right now.
I
I want to be Wiz Khalifa, but I'm not that cool.
I could never be like him, man. I just put a 40 on my wrist, just like a boss. I just put 10,000 on my bitch, just like a boss. I just drank with YSL, like a boss. That's literally how it's spelled.
Oh, that's
like
interesting.
A boss.
Like a boss. Like a boss.
Just like a boss. Just like a boss. And he says it in the song. Boss.
Oh yeah, it's got to be one. Yeah. No, it's classic.
I don't know this song. I want to.
Verse
great,
1.
dude.
I don't know, man.
Thugger, you. I want Michael Jackson land. Oh! Aw, I'm a cash out. I'm high as hell. Ain't got no satellites on me. I tell that bitch, I feel like Fabo.
Who's Fabo?
I think he's like some fashion icon.
Oh.
Yeah, and Young Thug is like...
Feels like him.
Young Thug is big into that whole fashion scene where it's like, nobody would ever fucking wear this, but oh, let's pretend it's like...
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. He, so, I feel like Fabo. 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 I feel just like Fabo. I'm back at it. Young man voice. Parentheses, young Ralph. Bankhead. What is a bankhead? I assume someone who's got their mind on their money and their money perhaps on their mind.
Oh. Did you come up with that?
I believe it was by someone called Dupe Snog.
Oh yeah. No, I think it was Snoop Lion, dude.
Ah, yes.
Snoop Lion.
We're not dissing on Snoop Dogg.
No, yeah, Snoop Dogg's great.
I love Snoop
That
Dogg.
was a joke. Just as a disclaimer.
Yeah. I love listening to him comment on shitty rap
he's
like
almost
this.
as good at Young Thug.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking murder you after this. Hear my song, Way From YTCROBSMM. Yep. Those are just letters. Just a series of letters.
Fuck.
Now we YSL Venom. Slime Thugger. With it.
Thugger.
Slime DK with it. Slime Wicked with it. Slime Mondo with it. Slime Slugger with it. Slime Bubba with it. Slime Check with it. Count hundreds and 50s off everyone's city.
Okay, that's just awful. Nah, I'm calling it. That's fucking awful.
Wait, can I at least... I think...
Give me your favorite line. Give me your favorite line.
Here we go. I'm gonna read the last stanza.
I'm a stoner. That's my favorite line.
oh wait. The outro. I feel like Fabo. I feel like Fabo. I feel like Fabo, etc. Okay, so the last 4 stanzas in the second verse are the most confusing and the most... Like, I don't know if this guy's a master troll or what's going on. It's mind-boggling how... Like, he's so bad, it's genius.
That's exactly what I was saying though. You don't need to be some crazy talented prophet of a musician to like produce something that people want to listen to anymore.
No.
It's just not how. Well, I suppose even anymore isn't even true. Disco is huge, and it's like I have Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. You know,
There was
please be an asshole.
Yeah, it's my specialty. There was if you think about it, really the disco movement back in like the 70s or whatever is exactly the same as the EDM movement is today. It's a lot of lights, it's a lot of drugs, and it's a lot of really repetitive music that's sampled from other stuff to create these like thumping bass lines in a club setting.
It's a good time.
It is. To me, it's so interesting seeing how like we're like, oh, we're not like our parents' generation, but we do the exact same thing. It's just like we just have weirder music.
Thing.
And if you don't think people were like fucking on dance floors back in like disco era, you're just wrong. I mean, like, it's not a new thing.
Why wouldn't they be?
I guess I don't know. I guess I've talked to a lot of people about this, and it just seems like most people don't think that everything was as crazy back then. Like people weren't doing as crazy or shit.
Yeah, it was probably just the same.
Well, instead of MDMA, it was just cocaine back then.
Exactly.
So, it was pretty much the same thing.
Everyone was doing cocaine back then.
Oh yeah.
So,
Those are the days.
those are the 80s. That's 90s babies. Those were
those
days.
90s babies.
So one line that stuck out at me in this this brilliant stoner song,
Mr. Young Thug.
we talked about this before. And you can suck my banana, but I won't eat your pudding.
Oh,
Yes, that is yet another rapper bragging about how he does not eat pussy.
that's just rude.
Yeah, that is rude. That is rude. It's common courtesy. And who doesn't like pudding? Jesus.
I doesn't like pudding. I mean, like tapioca, I'm not a fan of. I gotta say,
I've never had
that's the good
tapioca.
stuff, man.
tapioca.
It's actually kind of good.
I don't know. I was associated with old people.
Yeah. And that's why you don't like it? Yeah. Okay. The last and most confusing lines are, my glasses are Metro, no blood off your chest. I control you, ho, like net and flex. Your bitch at my dinner, she wet like a fish. I took off her 3 legs, T-Rex.
Jesus Christ. That's quality. That's
That is
quality.
cool.
That's so they're referencing
The T-Rex motorcycle?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we had to look that up because it was like, and then it's like,
I mean,
I took off her 3
it's clever.
legs. That's, it's like he's,
what 3 legs? Like, so what does that mean?
it's like half of a conclusion to a punchline.
I took off her 3 legs. No, what the fuck? What is that? What is he trying to say there? Like, what's his actual like intent? Is it just so he can say the T-Rex thing?
For those unaware, most women do not have 3 legs to take off in the first place. But it's up for debate.
Most of them. There's
Most of them.
a
The ones
couple-
I know.
One with the little like leg tail thing. I mean, that happens occasionally. I'm not, there's outliers.
Leg tail.
And what's with the T-Rex thing? Is it like, does she have like tiny little arms or something?
Could be.
God damn. Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's not spoil the show with too much greatness.
Too much greatness.
much
Yeah, I know what
greatness.
you mean, man.
So, what TV shows have you guys been watching lately?
Oh man. I've been watching a lot of stuff lately, honestly. There's been a lot of really, really good TV that's been coming out lately. I don't know if anybody's seen the show The Path that's on Hulu.
I have not.
It's basically a fictionalized version of a story of someone trying to get out of the Church of Scientology. In this, it's called the Myerist Movement, but it's basically just a fictionalized version of this story, and it's really interesting. It's got Aaron Paul in it too, who everybody fucking loves. Jesse from Breaking Bad, if you don't know him by name, but
Yep.
dude's an incredible actor, out of this world. And for a long time, I always thought Aaron Paul was just a good actor because of the Breaking Bad stuff. Like he
Yeah.
fit the role so well that it was just organic and worked. But in this show, he plays a completely different role. He plays a father that's trying to not lose his kids to this crazy, like, cultish movement. And
It's like the opposite role
yeah,
of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and
Like,
it has to do
polar
all these really
opposite.
intense emotional scenes, which he did have to do in Breaking Bad, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great show, and I would definitely recommend it. It's probably the slowest show that I've ever had to like start out with, though. Like the first 2 episodes are painfully slow, and it almost made me turn it off. But if you can get past that, it becomes really, really interesting.
Really.
Does he say bitch in the show?
He does not. He might. They might pull a cameo or something.
they gotta
with
do
the
that.
bitch thing.
They gotta do that.
He's already punched somebody. Oh shit! Spoiler alert.
Oh, Ian.
Hey, I said somebody.
I'm not watching
Now I
the
know
knows?
everything that happens.
Yeah, but I think
everything.
that show's great. Black Mirror came out a little while ago. That's a fucking really interesting show. That's like that sci-fi short stories. Each episode is actually its own individual storyline.
Just new era Twilight Zone kind of. But
Well, actually, I could see how
like
it's
more sciencey fiction rather than the kind of slightly horror aspect.
every episode is pretty much based on what it would be like for a certain type of technology to exist. And if it does exist, how would humans interact with it? For instance, one of the episodes that's my favorite is this one where they invent this rating system for people. You know, if you every time you have an interaction with somebody, you rate that interaction. And that's kind of the premise of this episode. And I mean, you can kind of guess how that would go for most situations.
I
you know?
would be at the top
this
of the
whole
leaderboards.
Elitist. There we go. Yeah, you'd be at the top with being an elitist.
Oh, and it's like in job interviews and stuff. Like they just look over
and
you.
everything. You know, you walk up to a coffee shop and you like say, "Okay, hi," and you rate the interaction, and they rate you. You don't just rate the guy at the coffee shop. The coffee shop rates you as a customer and a human in this app.
And then you're like, "I would like a frappe," and they're like,
Whoa,
"I know you want a mocha."
Really interesting concept.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
honestly,
Just
I don't
like
think it's too far off.
thought-provoking sort of thing. That's like,
Yeah. I don't think it's too far off from something that could exist now. We already have reviews for almost everything. If Facebook added a like rating system, that's what it would fucking be.
yeah, literally, Facebook could just
Do that.
that would be the thing that
yeah.
would do that.
And
too.
and if you've seen if anybody's seen Community, they you probably remember this storyline because they did it. It was just called Meow Meow Beans.
Meow meow
Yeah, it
beans.
was a
Meow
social media
Beans.
app where everybody rates each other and it becomes this chaos thing. It's just
Meow meow.
another great
Wow,
show.
that's interesting.
Community from 30 Rock. All kinds of great shows.
that is very interesting.
Community from 30 Rock.
No, is that what I said?
That is literally what you said.
I looked down and I was
Community
like,
from 30 Rock.
Community from 30. I was mixed Donald Glover from 30 Rock on Community. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Well, now we got to scrap this entire recording.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it
Why are you
live.
starting?
Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, but one show that I really do want to talk about that I think I'm having trouble watching, and everybody's going head over heels for it, is a series of unfortunate
My Little
events. Oh yeah, My Little Pony. That's my
You wouldn't have a
favorite.
problem watching that.
I like what's the one? I don't remember. I can't think of any of the fucking names. My Little Pony. I'm kind of proud of that though in a way.
You would have kind of dug yourself a deeper hole if you knew the names and stuff.
But yeah, this new version of a series of unfortunate events that's got what's his name? Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so I was super excited about the
didn't
show
know that.
when they released it. And so the guy who does the narrating, who plays Lemony Snicket, and Lemony Snicket was the guy who wrote
Yep.
those books, is Patrick Warburton. And if you don't know who Patrick Warburton is, he is Joe from Family Guy. I cannot
Peter.
I cannot watch the show because it's fucking Joe
No,
from
yeah,
Family
he's
Guy
got that
narrating it.
distinctive voice.
Yep, and it only sounds like that to me because he didn't change his voice that much for Family Guy. So when he does it, it's like I am listening to Joe from Family Guy narrate
like-
my favorite book series, like
Ashton
one of my
Kutcher
favorite book
in that
series.
70s show.
Yeah. God, and what sucks is I really look forward to the show. It seems like they've done it really well otherwise, and I get why they chose Patrick Warburton because he's got a great voice. But it's just like I can't picture him as
can't.
anything else but a cripple who's like a cop and is ridiculous.
Oh, dude, don't use that word.
Cripple or cop?
Oh, whoa! Ooh, ow! Ooh, that stings.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that joke was a little lame.
Oh,
God damn
man.
it! I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh man. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. There's been an influx of TV shows coming from comedians too lately. You know, you see like Louis was kind of the one who.
I know one of the guys I work with. He's obsessed with the Andy Kroll show.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's another one too.
Yeah, which I've
What's an
watched it-
Andy Kroll?
A human comedian.
I've never a human comedian. I've never heard of him.
Yeah. Wait, Andy? Did you mean Nick Kroll?
But it's called it is Nick Kroll, I believe. But it's called the Andy Kroll show.
That's okay. Yeah, I guess I've never seen that one.
So he made his first name different.
I don't know, or maybe there's someone named Andy and they used his last name.
Weird.
Maybe I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know.
The Andy and Kroll show. It doesn't flow off the tongue as well.
Not at all. But yeah, you know, so there was all those, and you see like Louis did it, and then
Yeah, exactly.
Jim Jeffries has one called Legit, which only lasted a little while. It only lasted like 2 seasons before they canceled it.
Does Gaffigan have one?
No, I don't think
Does
so.
Bill Burr have one?
Yes.
Yeah.
He has an animated show on Netflix.
Animated.
Yeah,
Oh, it's on Netflix
Yeah,
too.
called F is for Family.
Really?
I've only watched like
Oh
an
no
episode.
no no!
of
I
it.
have yes. I didn't know that he was involved in the writing, but I mean it's a comedy.
He
show,
created
so.
the show.
Yeah, F is for Family. Andy, one of our friends, he got me into it, and I saw it
Mueller?
every now and then. Yes, Andy Mueller. I saw it.
Shout out.
Shout out to my boy Andy Mim. Andy Mim.
Andy Mim?
Andy Mim.
Is that his rap name?
That's.
Andy Mim in the house.
No, I actually have him in a cameo of one of my tracks where I refer to him as Andy the Candyman for reasons I won't go into, but one might venture a guess.
He always had candy.
And he was just telling me about it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's actually really good." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll watch it one day." And it's fucking funny.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too.
It's
Check it out.
good.
Yeah, I saw this interview with Bill Burr where they were talking about it, where he basically said like, yeah, you know, we kept trying to like push it back and be a little bit more tame because I had always been on network stuff,
Fuck being
and
tame.
Netflix kept like pushing us back and being like, no, take it further,
Well,
make it
that's
crazier.
That's like the opposite of what a network would tell you.
Well, and that's what Netflix is doing now because they know they have that market cornered.
Yeah,
Because they can do whatever they want. They can
Exactly.
say fuck and like what they're really doing
Well,
some
it's
interesting
not
stuff
like
with those liberties.
TV either, where it's like, oh, you're on, live news.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me.
Oh,
kind
that
of
fucking
thing.
video is great.
It's kind of the
exactly.
direction
Rage Against the
BoJack
Machine.
Horseman went to.
Yeah.
Where they just push the envelope.
Well, and Netflix has made some really weird show choices. Like, so there's that show, The Ranch, that just came out a little while ago.
Sounds delicious.
That's fucking hell.
Fucking L? Did you just say
fucking-
fucking L?
It's just like a British, like...
It's fucking hell, you know.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
I just meant to
He
say
always
hell
says
and it just
that.
came out
Oh,
You
really.
ever heard him
Okay.
say that before?
No.
Oh, he says
I don't-
oh,
do I?
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I like bloody. I
Bloody.
want to use. I wish that was in the
It's
English.
not a-
I wish
sounds
that was
so
an American
European,
vernacular.
so
I'm not.
You can't say...
Can't
Yeah.
do it. It's too. That's crossing a
Listen,
line.
make it American. and
I'll
put
get
the
a cease
word
and
fuck in
desist
front of
letter from British Parliament if I start using it.
Ian, you're a quarter Mexican. You know a thing or
it.
two about
British
crossing lines.
Parliament.
Oh.
His face is red now, too.
That's because I actually just said yeah. I have no idea what I was actually saying yes to. I was like still in this conversation.
That's how I get you.
What did you
Yeah.
What did I just yeah to?
I said, Ian, you're a quarter Mexican. You know a thing or two about crossing lines.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, okay, that's valid. I stand by my yeah. But yeah, so I feel like this show, The Ranch, has really gone a weird step for Netflix. So like it's very sitcom-y. If anybody doesn't know, it's like this new show with Danny Masterson, who was Hyde in that 70s show, and Ashton Kutcher, who played Kelso in that 70s show. And basically the whole thing is just a reunion thing where like Fez shows up, Wilmar Valderrama, later in the seasons.
Oh, the guy from Yo Mama fame.
Oh god.
Oh my God.
Yo Mama. Oh my god.
I watched the shit out of that when I was a lot younger.
So did I.
That
Like when
show
it
is
first
a
came out,
mess.
I was probably like 7th grade.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
around that, yeah. And it's entertaining when you're that
Yo,
age.
mama.
Yeah. So but he ends up in it later and stuff too. But what struck me as the most interesting thing in the show is it's so sitcom-y, like standard sitcom laugh track and everything. But they
yeah.
swear up a fucking storm.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Like they drop F-bombs left and right, and it's really interesting to see a sitcom where they're allowed to like push that boundary. I've never really seen something like that before. But the only problem I have with it is they tend to lean on it as a crutch for jokes. So like when someone says something, they walk
So
out.
it's
and somebody just
written
goes,
by middle schoolers.
Fuck, and then it's like, oh, he said fuck. That's crazy. You can't say that in a show like this. But
You can't say that on television.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that then, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's first of all, disclaimer. It's
don't
a
you
dumb
like it?
fucking
Yeah,
show,
you
but I
like
love it.
You like
You
it
like it though.
because it's so bad, but it's likably bad.
Yeah, well, I like it because I love watching Danny Masterson and Ashton Kutcher work
Yeah.
together,
And you
That's-
have bad taste.
and I have bad days. Yeah,
Shots fired,
I
bro.
watch all kinds of shitty TV and good TV, and anything that's pretty much on, anything except like fucking Kardashian
Anything
shit.
that's
And, like
on.
reality TV. I
Like,
can't really do.
reality
That time when you and me randomly just came across the BET Awards and we were so confused
that was crazy.
as white people.
So white people, what's going on?
Oh yeah, that's when they played Panda on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Panda.
Amanda, my brother,
Good God. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I think Netflix is really taking a lot of interesting steps, and I think they're going to replace TV. Honestly, I think that.
Oh, there's
Well,
no
it
doubt
technically
about it.
kind of.
Streaming
It
services.
already has. YouTube
Yeah.
is taking over TV. YouTube
true.
and Netflix are both the places to go now for just media
Well,
in
and then
general.
you have all these things like for instance, me at home, I just have a Fire Stick. I don't have like.
Were you a caveman?
Pretty much. Yeah.
What is a Fire Stick? I'm not.
Amazon Fire Stick. You've never heard of that?
I know that they do like streaming shit now, but
Yeah, so
I'm
it's just like a little.
not privy with it.
It's kind of like a USB drive, but bigger looking, and just plugs into your HDMI port, and you connect it to the wireless internet, and you can have Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Spotify, HBO.
It's kind of like
all that stuff right in one thing.
Andy's family has this thing called Roku.
Yeah,
right?
and that's what
basically-
the guy I work
yeah.
with has Roku. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah,
It's just
basically.
like a streaming service, pretty much. And
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, what the hell is the point of having?
Well, and you know,
See,
I-
at that point, I just use my video game consoles serve those same functions.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the same purpose, but like I don't have any sort of a system. I don't game, so.
And in that same vein, I had to just go buy a TV recently because mine took a shit on me this past week. And basically,
Sounds kinky.
fantastic. It's just what I'm into, man.
What? I'm just.
I'm
saying.
painting a horrible
Just saying,
picture of
man.
myself right
Go
now.
back to the TV.
Yeah.
No, I
So it took a shit on me.
I think we should stay on this for a good 30 minutes.
Well, he did bring it back
And
up.
and I noticed that like they don't even have like cable inputs on a lot of them now. They don't even like give
Yeah,
it with the
exactly.
cable input because they're like nobody uses it.
What do you need it
And
for?
I wanted one, but I didn't realize that my cable box had the HDMI cord that just could go straight into the back. Like I thought I would still have to plug the cable directly into the back of the
yeah,
TV. And so I just wasn't thinking. So I like got one that had it because I thought I needed it, but I didn't. But it's just interesting to me that so many of them just don't come with that anymore because it's not necessary.
A Super Nintendo to your TV then,
Yep.
which is awesome.
Well, and I actually bought one
Wait.
specifically that has all the like those kind of ports on it too.
You got that?
Yep.
Oh,
and it's a fucking like 55-inch 4K smart TV, so it's
Yeah,
like
dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Like only. So it kind of has
cheap
the
as
same-
hell too. I got it for like $400. It's like nothing.
So it's
55-inch.
So it can play like old consoles without an adapter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's cool. Like, and it's not even a CRTV.
Nope.
Wow, cool.
Is that sweet?
CRT TV.
CRT TV. CRQBABZ.
So I want to talk a little bit about my favorite movie of all time. It's definitely obscure. It kind of takes an acquired taste, maybe just a little bit, but if you just appreciate it for what it is, it's oh my god, it's so fucking clever. It's a Woody Allen movie called Love and Death. And basically, it's a satire on like old Russian literature and like philosophy. And you know, I'm
Yeah, that doesn't sound obscure at all, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
my father and my sister are very familiar with like the actual writings and the literature, which I guess kind of helps me along a little bit with the understanding of the humor. But understand, I have not read any of those materials, and the movie's still funny as fuck. It's basically, and usually I don't like physical humor or like slapstick, but it's got like a good amount of that, and it's very well done, and it's just the wackiest, like the weirdest fucking jokes. So Woody Allen's character, his wife is trying to seduce Napoleon Bonaparte. Spoiler alert. And Napoleon asks her, "Do you find me attractive as a man?" And she goes, "Yes, I think that's your best bet." So
That's
yeah,
like yeah.
if any joke
Totally
could sum
great.
up the movie, it's that right
That's
there.
fucking funny, man. Yeah, I've never heard of that. You said that's a Woody Allen movie?
Yes, it is a Woody Allen
He does all
movie.
kinds of weird. Like, you ever see Annie Hall?
Yeah, when I was a lot younger.
It was like that movie straight up just drugs and sex. That's like that. You want to sum up that movie?
Dude, my dad's one of those type of guys who's like, you know what? I'm just gonna expose my kids to the world because it's unhealthy, and it's fucking. He's right. It's unhealthy.
Okay, but you started that as, I'm gonna expose my kids to the world. You know, it's because it's unhealthy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's unhealthy not to,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
actually, in a way, it is unhealthy how the world is. But you gotta learn that shit, right? But he would also take it a little bit too far because he also. I saw John Waters' Pink Flamingos at a very young age, and I know that neither of you know what that is, and I think you ought to keep it that way.
I'll take your word for it,
Yeah.
man. That already sounds like a creepy fucking thing.
There
I'm picturing
is-
some weird cult like
there is a
half
scene-
flamingo.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm picturing.
There is a scene involving too many chickens and artificial insemination. Let's leave it at that.
I don't even think
Okay.
we needed to go there.
Took us to like this weird rundown gas station in the corner of the city that is our conversation, where everybody where the heroin addicts hang out behind the back and shoot up, and you're like,
God.
guys, it's a cool place. Don't worry.
Dude, there are too many chickens on artificial insemination. It's so cool.
It's fucking cool.
This is what the kids are doing nowadays.
Well, you know, you were talking earlier, Pat, about how the only stuff you really watch is movies is like kind of Coen Brothers style stuff.
Yeah, that and a lot of documentary stuff too is really what I'm into. But
So I don't.
what do
what
the
are the-
Coen brothers do?
Yeah, yeah.
they did "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Oh, and
George Clooney and
So- yeah.
George
John
Clooney?
Goodman.
They did George
They
Clooney.
did George Clooney. I mean, well,
Damn.
I would, and I'm totally straight.
and then they did The Big Lebowski.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yeah. That's
those
the
were,
big
like,
thing.
that's
I
quality.
noticed.
I think they have a couple other ones.
Okay, yeah. Then that stuff's
But
good.
hate
those
the
were-
Eagles, man.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
There's actually a really interesting dynamic within that whole movie involving CCR and the Eagles, which comprise, I believe, like a large chunk of the soundtrack. Where
It's totally.
yeah. The dude is like this total anti-establishment kind of fuck all hippie type who's like a revolutionary, and his type of style of music is CCR, and then the other side of the soundtrack is like the Eagles, which is like this really quaint, non-consequential, just
Yeah.
listen to music, and
Oh,
it
they
like,
got like the Bob Dylan music in there too, and they
Oh,
put
yeah.
a bunch of shit like that.
All just break into our Bob Dylan voices. It's perfect.
and
What else would you expect?
it's interesting because the guy who's like with CCR, who's all about this rebellious, like we have a message to say, like that guy, he's like, I fucking hate the Eagles, man. That's
fucking great.
Funny dynamic.
Yeah.
There's a great Reddit thread on the subject of like the Eagles versus CCR in it, and like what it
that's awesome.
means. Yeah.
That's cool in a way too. Like that kind of stuff in movies, I think, is what takes it to like that next level of like cult classic interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When there are those differences that you can kind of like point out and stuff.
Shut the fuck up, Ian. You're out of your element.
I know. I don't know these movies. Actually, I've seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou before, and actually I've seen Big Lebowski too. I think we watched that together. You showed me that for the first
We may
time.
have done that out in Madison.
It sucked. Fast Times at Richmond High, dude.
Oh yeah, that's another classic too. I don't
Classic.
know who the hell made that movie, but
Yeah, I don't know.
that's,
They're doing. All I know is that
That's a
Phoebe Cates.
classic.
So everybody's like super. This is such a stupid thing to talk about. Everybody's all over Phoebe Cates in that movie. I swear the other girl in it was way hotter. The one who was like the super whore who's banging everybody throughout the movie because she thinks she's gonna find like love.
Oh yeah, that's
was
an
higher?
attractive quality in a woman.
Hey, you know, if it depends on what you're looking for, right?
Oh yeah. By the way, I
guess
wait,
so.
Pat, you've seen this movie and I haven't. Do you agree with Ian, or is this another 2-against-1 situation where we have a significantly
If
better
I'm,
taste?
Picturing the characters correctly, Ian's correct.
Boom.
Oh,
Ian's,
Case,
you'll probably
case dismissed.
agree
We're
with
gonna
him,
stop
too.
talking about who's hotter in a movie that's like 30 years old.
Might be approaching 40.
Probably, yeah. Now, I heard you, Christian Michael Pickart.
yes.
Well, we have
Don't
the
like-
same middle name,
We have Michael.
Michael.
Wow.
Guess how my Michael is spelled?
Dude, we're middle name brothers.
That is so fucking
what is it?
interesting.
Is it like
Is it
McHale?
different? Wow.
M-Y-C-H-A-L.
That's gonna push this podcast to the next level.
M-Y?
C-H-A-L.
Your parents hated you, didn't
That's
they?
stupid as shit.
It's awesome.
Actually, you know what? I don't think that's stupid. That's a little cool.
Macau.
Macau.
You're fucking Macau. Your name is not.
Macau.
Your,
Well, no, it's just Michael.
no, it is. No, it's not because
It's
but
Michael.
if you spell it out, yeah, actually, it could be that too.
No, wait.
From a
Mine-
linguistic standpoint, it's not Michael anymore.
M-I-C-H-A-E-L is my name. The only thing different between his and mine is the Y.
The Y.
Yes, M-Y. Isn't that what you said it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
C-H-A-L.
C-H-A-L.
Just an
Yeah.
A-L.
Oh,
Not,
oh,
not,
oh,
there's no E.
oh,
That's
oh,
what
there's
that's
no
what changes
AEL.
it. This is ridiculous.
Wait,
This
it's a
is stupid
silent
shit.
E anyway. It's useless.
This is stupid as shit. This is a fucking stupid conversation. It's a stupid fucking conversation.
No, it's a waste of energy.
That's right.
It's a waste of energy.
And scene.
All right. Okay. So should we move on to perhaps? Were you going to bring up the Ghostbusters remake?
I was just going to bring up the Ghostbusters remake.
So Ian,
Women are funny. Get over it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Women are funny. They're just not Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Women are funny. Just none of them were involved in the writing of that film.
Well, not only that, but I understand if you want to make like a sequel to the movie where it's like, yeah, Ghostbusters Next Generation, and they all happen to be women. That's fine. Do that. That's cool. Yep. I'm down with that. Just don't make it so like we're gonna retell the original story, but now vaginas.
I think Amy Schumer was the lead in this. Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. You know, I don't even think it mattered like that they decided to retry the story. What bothered me is it felt like so forced, and this is a big thing that it's kind of probably going to be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I really do think that this idea of like forced progression is so inorganic, and this idea of like you have to accept this right now, whatever it is. And I'm not saying like women aren't funny or anything. What I'm saying though is it's weird. It's like the difference between actually changing something for the better and just pushing shit down people's throats and forcing them to like something. And like so, okay, specifically what made me think this is I saw one of the people who was in the film that went to see it, one of the premieres, right? And there was fucking nobody in the crowd.
What? Really?
Because the movie had been so just critically panned that nobody really went to see it at the premiere. And the thing she posted, and I'm paraphrasing, so this isn't an exact quote. This isn't an exact quote, but it was basically like, oh, movie didn't do surprise. What a surprise. Hashtag patriarchy and shit. And it's like, no, it's because you made a shit fucking movie. Get over it.
It doesn't. I don't think it has to do with the patriarchy.
So there's this guy Maddox who had this beautiful quote on this stuff.
Maddox is brilliant.
And one thing, it basically surmised to like, oh, it's perfect. You know, you've created a movie beyond reproach because no matter how terrible it is, you always have the fallback that it's the patriarchy's fault it failed. You cannot fail because even if you do, you have that fallback. You can say it's not our fault that people weren't ready for it. It's like,
You've already created the excuse.
It doesn't work like that.
No, but that's the thing, and I don't know. I think the movie was shit, and I think that
wait, did you watch the movie?
I watched it.
Oh, you did watch the movie.
Of course I did. I'm not just gonna blindly hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch the movie, so
I
really said much over here.
So I decided to watch. There's a channel on YouTube called The Amazing Atheist. Like, we need to plug him. It's a really good channel. He does pretty interesting social commentary. That's like, he says things that are like from a perspective no one else is talking about, and it's really cool.
He's good. I found him a little condescending at times.
Oh, yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. But
and I don't like that tactic.
You have to grit and bear it a little bit.
Well, that's how so many people. Well, it's a gimmick too. It's something he does to get like he's being funny, you know. Yeah. So I think that there's a point to that.
That's his shtick.
Yeah, his shtick. More shtick than you can shake a shtick at.
God damn it, Ian.
Real Big Fish quote.
So I watched.
You never seen that?
No.
Never mind. Whatever.
I watched
straight over the heads. Somebody will get that. Wink to whoever the fuck gets that reference before I said it.
To the one guy that Ian can relate to.
One guy.
Whatever.
So I decided to watch the MST3K style commentary thing that they did on it. It's not really humorous so much. It's more of like they're just shitting on it the whole way through, and it's like they say throughout the entire thing as they're watching, they're like I don't really want to try and shit on this movie. I don't want to like just hate it because we think it was a dumb idea, but it's bad execution.
Yeah.
And it really is, because I was watching it, the jokes are not jokes. They're just very like cookie cutter. Anybody could write this style of humor type of thing.
Like what we were talking about before with the sitcom humor, where it's like it's this very formulaic way of like, oh, they take you one direction where they say a line that's everybody says a lot, and then it's all of a sudden, oh, we turned a different direction. Isn't it funny?
And it's just formulaic and easy to process and produce.
You can do it right, but you know, this definitely doesn't have as much merit as something original. You know, you look at a show like, I'm just gonna plug this right away. Watch Atlanta. Donald Glover's show.
Yeah.
That's incredible. It's such a unique style of like mix of drama and humor. I'm telling you, dude is incredibly talented.
Mickey's. You're drinking.
Yeah,
it
Mickey's.
wrong.
You're drinking it wrong. Yeah, that's one of the best scenes in it.
Two things I want to mention about the Ghostbusters remake.
Yeah.
The funniest joke, the only joke with even a smidgen of merit that I found. Oh, three things. Just one thing I want to break into quick. Not that. They do this thing where they're like,
Oh, we got this footage of the ghost. We're going to put it on the YouTube. Yeah, social media's popular now. Let's put that in a movie.
and it's just like, oh no.
Again, yeah,
not-
it's the same kind of forced fellow kids mentality
Yes,
that's
yeah.
we're trying to like.
That's not
connect-
substantial.
Yeah, yeah.
And okay, so next thing, they there was one joke that I found mildly funny, and it's like a running gag throughout the movie. And this was the only thing close to humor. That speaks volumes about how bad this movie is. Throughout the movie, one of the main female characters continuously gets blasted with ectoplasm.
All right.
Yeah, and it's just like
Just slapstick shit.
That's it. Yeah,
Jesus.
that's all it is. That's all. And like the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, okay. No, that's a little amusing." And then the second time it happened, I was like, "Oh, okay. So this is like a thing."
It's gonna be the reoccurring
That's fine.
joke.
And that is the magnum opus of this movie.
Damn, dude.
And okay, the third thing, the final thing. There's this one scene. I think you'll recall this where I don't know the woman's name. She's the African American woman in the movie.
Yeah, that really. Never mind.
Don't go there. I don't know where you were going. I just know I don't want you to be there.
She's ugly. All right, go on. I'm gonna get banned from Twitter.
Oh yeah,
that happened,
I remember that shit. Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the scene.
She seems like a nice lady. Whatever, move on.
Why not? Let's focus on the scene where they were at the concert. I don't know why they were at a concert, because I was like half watching it and like half doing other shit.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to see this all the way. And there was just this scene where like they like get the ghost in kind of, it's like this dragon vampire looking bat wing thing, and they like get the ghost in a compromised position where it lands with its talons straight on the shoulders of this woman, and she's like inching her way about the crowd, all nervous and like moving slowly with the thing perched on her shoulders, and like she's trying to get into the position where her little friends or whatever can blast it with the ghost fucking guns or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the whole thing she's like narrating what she's doing, and she's like, I'm going to move this way, and this is going to happen, and I'm going to take steps forward slowly. And all I could think
What?
about while watching this scene was, what was it like to be here while this was being filmed?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how cringy it was just
yeah.
watching this actor pretend to talk to herself about something that's not happening? And I know it's unfair because you're supposed to suspend your disbelief for it, but I just could not do it.
Yeah.
I just could not do
Man.
it.
You know, I mean, that whole like talking to yourself thing is like why I think that Steve from Blue's Clues has like just decided to stop, because he just went completely fucking insane
What?
because he was like,
Why did he leave the show?
He went to college.
is that what it was? Well, that was the
that
thing.
was what they said
yeah.
on the show. I think he went to jail.
I could have.
That's what I
swear.
thought, too.
I swear the rumor was that he got some drug shit, but I thought that might have been one of those like
One of those fake things?
Yeah, I don't.
See,
I'm
that's
not
what I
gonna.
was gonna say.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't know how
confirm
much
or deny that because I don't
Yeah.
know.
it's
I
a
had
drug
heard
parcel from our friends.
down in Columbia.
No wonder he's in that fucking world. He's all fucked up on like X and shit.
He's just in an abandoned warehouse somewhere.
just mowing through some acid. Mowing? I don't know if that's a
Imaginary
word.
blue dog.
Take another hit, Steve.
Oh god. There's just some fucking stray dog covered in fucking fleas in the corner that's just like, oh, how's it going there? You gonna help us with the mail today? Fucking hell.
Oh jeez. Fucking hell.
I do that a lot, don't I? I didn't even think about that.
Fucking hell.
I don't even try to do it like in English. It just comes out like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So another movie I watched recently was a kind of an interesting Bernie Sanders documentary.
Yeah.
That's I just see it randomly circulating around YouTube. just kind of in the recommended for me thing, because all I watch is political shit, basically.
Sounds boring. Go on.
I wonder
Sorry.
what we're going to talk about later. And it was really, well, it opened in an interesting way. It was this African American man who was like yelling about immigrants, and he was like, my family came here, I'm a third generation immigrant, and my family came here from Nigeria, and for these people to be able to come into this country so easily when my people had to work so hard to get here, it's spitting in their face. And to me, that hit me immediately as just like the most childish fucking thing that you could say, like, oh,
Yeah.
someone else is getting something good that's happening to them
I would
when
just first
bad
off
things were
question him
happening
how
to
his
me.
family got here.
What?
Sorry, finish your statement and then,
Yeah,
and then
sorry,
you can
go.
go.
Okay, it's like something good happened to this other group of people when I had to go through
Yeah.
bad shit to get the same good thing. They shouldn't be able to have good things happen to them. Like,
Does seem a little
really?
self-centered.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's childish.
I was just say like, how was his family here? You know, like what was?
Yeah.
It was just that was just like a cold open.
Yeah,
of the
well,
movie.
through,
like-
they do not expand on it.
Probably through just some regular
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm
immigration
saying. I would,
process.
like,
Exactly.
ask
Well, I'm
him
sure. Well, and that is the
Probably,
thing.
yeah.
Well,
Is
do you
what I
know?
would
I
do.
mean, Trump got what 27% of the Mexican vote.
Jesus
thought it was-
Christ.
I thought
27 or 29. I remember.
It is
I'm
something
thinking.
around that. Yeah.
Not an exact quote. Don't quote me on it, but it's something around there. He got a huge percentage of it, and it is because there's this mentality in a lot of Mexican families, specifically ones that got here legally first generation, or well, like now.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is they seem to have this disdain because, and that's the same thing, they had to go through this big, long, ridiculous process, and then some other fucking guy just walks across the border and he gets it. And I guess I understand that mentality, but it seems so like spiteful in a lot of
Yes,
ways.
yeah,
And like
exactly.
kind of like egocentric, you
Yeah.
know? And I think that there is some merit to it. I think that there
In a way,
But-
because they're frustrated that they had to go through so much shit, and that's understandable. And I sympathize with them for that. But that doesn't mean that because something bad happened to you, something bad has to happen to everybody else to get that same end.
Well, and but their idea of it is like they went through the process legally, and now they're having to deal with.
Yeah.
So I get the gripe. But I'm not saying like one way or the other. It does seem like there has to be some give and take there. I guess I don't know how to word it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, it's definitely a little weird.
This documentary was formatted very interestingly because there was no narration, there was no commentary, there were just very brief snippets of just black screen, white text, just prefacing what they were going to show you. So it was just straight, just clips of Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton and everything going on throughout the campaign. I liked that format a lot because you could tell what side they were pushing into. Like the kind of the Bernie wing, we don't like Hillary, we definitely don't like Trump kind of thing. But it was just straight up clips of what has
That's kind of
actually
cool.
happened.
Like no bullshit. Just
Yeah.
cut out the fucking like.
Yeah.
Well, here we have. It's like shut the fuck up.
And it was fucking awesome.
Kind of raw footage.
It was
Yeah,
awesome
exactly.
how they were showing like, here's Bernie Sanders in the 80s, here's him in the 90s, here's him now, and it's just like all the same shit
Yeah,
because
very
he's
consistent.
a broken record of just like policy wonkishness.
Yeah. Well, it's at least, and while I never really supported Bernie, I do think that
Fucking bastard.
I did like
That man is a saint.
I did like to at least see him standing up for something that he believed in, and not just fold because it's what the majority of people want.
He was in a
Yeah.
compromised position at that point.
Yeah.
It's not what I would have done
What for what?
when he like conceded the nomination.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that.
Oh, you weren't?
No, okay, so that's the opposite
What do
of the
you
point I was
mean?
making.
Well, what do you mean?
I was saying I liked him because he stood by his convictions, but now
Oh,
you're making a
yes.
counterpoint that's like he doesn't stand by his convictions.
I thought that's what. I thought that's that. That's.
No,
what
I was saying I liked him because he did.
Oh
but,
yeah, yeah.
And like, no, I
No,
understand.
but
what
you started off saying like I didn't support him because.
No, I didn't support him, but.
Okay.
But no, yeah, I think that he's better than a lot of like people that call themselves liberals. When you talk about Hillary Clinton and these
Yeah.
people, or even like Al Gore.
shit.
Not a fan of that guy.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, I truly do believe that Al Gore had a hand in creating the distrust in the average person for climate change because of an inconvenient truth. You look at the amount of predictions he made and the amount of predictions that were true, and he kind of approached it like and I will say, disclaimer, I'm not saying global warming isn't real.
Oh, dude,
I'm not saying, I'm not going to go out, we're not going to touch that subject. What I'm
you
saying,
fucking
though,
liberals and your fancy science magic.
I do think, though, that,
You fucking cuck.
since he approached it in this weird cold reading, which is, if you guys don't know, like, basically what psychics do, where they throw out 500 predictions, and then when 10 of them are right, everyone goes, holy fuck, you're psychic, you know me so well. But if you look at like how many predictions he made in that movie versus how many were actually true, it's pretty minimal. Not incredibly small, but pretty minimal. And I think that's the reason why people are so distrustful of everything past that. They just think of climate change as Al Gore, inconvenient truth. That's it.
That's probably
Oh yeah,
And so I will say it now, and I will say it forever. I truly think that he is, if not the sole reason, a huge contributing factor into why people do not trust scientists about global warming.
The fact that it became a political,
That's a really solid point.
The fact that it became a political issue drew a line in the sand between partisan hacks who do not know how to do any
Absolutely.
sort of
And it's just
thinking.
exactly. It's this liberal versus conservative mentality rather than science versus whatever. It's.
Well, facts are liberal now, so I'm going to use alternative facts.
I was just going to say, I got my alternative. I actually heard that speech.
Kellyanne Conway, I think that you're an alternative genius. And you are alternatively gorgeous.
Oh, man.
God.
Yeah. And that was just a whole thing. And oh, my God. I mean, you guys heard that, like, George Orwell's 1984, like the sales on it have increased by 10,000%.
Yes.
Since Trump is.
Yes.
It's just since inauguration day. And like, so okay, what's your guys' take on that? What do you think? Like, okay, beyond the obvious, because Trump's the devil, whatever the fuck reason, what do you think is truly the reason that people are so interested in that book right now? Because the publishers have came out and said that there is a small influx pretty much every inauguration.
Oh, yeah.
But never anything like this.
Never
It's
anything
probably,
like this.
I guess, into every inauguration comment, it's probably just people's like fear.
Yeah, they're personal.
Oh, this person's president.
But
yeah.
The world's gonna end.
There's an elevated amount of instances of this book getting bought now.
Yeah.
That like it happens every single time, but now it happened like like the spike is just huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that 1984 is all about the manipulation of language. If you can manipulate the language, you can manipulate the way people think.
Yeah,
And Donald Trump just uses language to just say lie after lie after lie after fucking lie. And you know what? I mean, if you say a lie long enough, it becomes the truth.
well, and okay, something really interesting about that is like the broad
Like
idea.
alternative facts. That's newspeak.
Okay, yeah. I was just gonna bring up newspeak because, like, that's what they call it in the book.
Yes.
And what's really interesting about those kind of books, though, is like you can take the morals and the messages that exist in them and apply them to anything to mean whatever you want them to mean. They are broad enough that it works. So okay,
For fuck's sake, Republicans try to co-opt 1984 as like their book when George Orwell was a fucking democratic socialist.
Yeah. Well, but okay, see, that's exactly my point, though, and I don't think that they were necessarily wrong in that. If you can find something that is from an artistic standpoint aligns with something that you believe, then that is still doing its job as the book. It's not the author's job to decide exactly what it means.
How you interpret it.
Yeah, you have the right as a reader to interpret it how you want. I think it's wrong for like these specifically, like a lot of musicians do this shit where it's like, no, this song means what I want it to mean.
The author's intent is kind of
so what?
Doesn't it?
It is, but at the same time, how you're listening to it and how you're kind of like perceiving
How you
it
interpret it, yeah.
is gonna be your own. It's
Yeah.
not
And I
gonna
don't
be
think
what
the musician has
artist
the right-
felt when he was writing it.
Exactly.
Or listening to it
And I don't think-
completed or whatever.
I don't think he has the right, just because he wrote it, to take that away from you.
I think that the artist has the right to dictate what he meant to project, but what people
correct,
what people
That's just
take
putting out
from
the
it.
song.
obviously what people take from
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's
So
just that's
exactly,
the song.
exactly, yeah, exactly. And my original point
Like if
for
I
this-
were to read Charlotte's Web and then go perform apartheid,
and my original point to this was like, so you said like the Newspeak stuff. It's like how they control how they talk and
Yes,
stuff, and
yeah.
Trump is doing a lot of that. Well, let's look at the this new wave, third wave, specifically feminist social justice warrior movement.
okay.
It's you want to talk about Newspeak. You want to talk about changing language to mean something that it has never been before. Mansplaining, manspreading, all this fucking.
mansplaining, the
let
act
me
of
explain
talking to a woman.
And like the weirdest thing to me about mansplaining, we already have a word for that. It's called condescending, and everybody can do
Yeah.
it. Trying to make it some patriarchal term is just sexist. Come at me. I don't
Wait,
care. It's like
wait,
it's
okay. I just want to say, I agree with you, but I want to add some caveats. Mansplaining, I don't want to discredit it completely as something that just does not exist in the real world. The fact of the matter is,
Yeah, but it all falls under condescending. That's my whole point.
and it
There's
all-
no.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's specifically condescension on someone simply because they are a woman. And that happens, right? But the fact of the matter is, people are accused of mansplaining in situations where it just does not apply. And it's girl who cried wolf sexism. Like when me and...
I remember this, yeah.
Me and Professor Watson, the father of a friend of ours, who is a professor who actually has like prestigious degrees in women's studies, which shocks me how this whole thing happened. I was accused of being a misogynist and of mansplaining simply because I was disgusting. Because I was disgusting.
Because I was disgusted by this woman's
Disgusting
face.
pig of a man.
No, simply because I was discussing the faults of Hillary Clinton as a candidate. And that is absolutely ridiculous. Just because I'm criticizing someone with rational, political, non-sexist reasons, she just happens to be a woman. Therefore, oh my god, you're mansplaining.
Well, the one that bothered me more than that in that conversation was when you said you used the term, "Oh, you have to understand," and someone was like,
Yes,
"Stop
yes.
mansplaining." It was like I have said that to so many people, and it has nothing to do with me talking down to you. I've said that to a million people. It's just how I start a sentence
Yeah.
where I'm like, "Listen closely."
You
It
have
means
to
nothing.
understand this. Just pay attention to what I'm saying.
Yeah, and it doesn't. And that again, it's hard to say this stuff without coming off. Just pay attention. You'll understand if you listen to me. But it's like that is the point. I've said that to a million guys in the exact same tone I said it to a girl, but all of a sudden it's sexist because I said the exact. Isn't that the idea of equality, that we treat each other kind of the same, but with not like.
Isn't that the point
And you
of
wanna,
it all?
Yeah, and I mean you want to talk about like this whole idea of like double standards and sexism. Dealing with like childcare and stuff when it comes to the male, there's always a disadvantage in every way.
Fuck yeah.
You can get
like,
punched in the face and you'll still be the one that goes to jail.
We have someone here
you
on
will.
this panel who has experienced that personally.
Yes, you will.
Good
I was
times.
told
And
by the cops, just because the male is the aggressor 99% of the time, that's just who we take to jail.
we have to
Yep.
assume
no matter the situation.
that
Like,
doesn't
that's
sound
what they said to me.
that's fucked up from a legal perspective.
Of
course it is.
You can't just jail someone without evidence of something
Yeah.
happening.
Yep, no, but that's how it works, and especially because domestic disputes are so messy all the time.
They
It's
are.
like
Yeah,
one of my my
I don't
uncles.
need to know the specifics about that baby daddy and this baby mom and like
Yeah,
this shit
yeah.
going on
One-
with who,
one of my
who the
uncles-
fuck is Tanya? I mean,
Yeah. Well, because one of my uncles was a cop for a long time in Milwaukee, and he said that that's the last thing he ever wanted to go check up on was like a domestic dispute call.
dispute,
You never
yeah.
know if it's going to end up with somebody trying to stab you, shoot you, stab somebody else, shoot somebody else, like do anything, throw a baby out a window. He saw that happen one time on a call.
what?
Chick threw a baby out a window. Also, we're gonna talk. Never mind. Okay, so we're all over the place with this now, but I'm kind of on this.
Of course, we're talking
So
politics.
that whole "Teach Men Not to Rape" campaign that was going on for a while.
yeah.
So and the whole idea behind it was this. Most men are most of rapists are men, right? That's the idea behind it. So clearly there needs to be some kind of re-education. Most women or most parents who drown their babies are women. Should we make them take a course on that?
I think so.
Well, see, well, I think we should tell people not to drown their babies, just as
Yeah.
we should tell men not to rape each other. Or, excuse me,
Not to rape each other.
No, that's interesting. That's interesting. Did you guys know that in the U.S. more men are raped yearly than women?
Is that just due to the prison system?
Yeah, that is just like, I'm not trying to make some profound
no.
statement.
I think that's interesting.
We're
Yeah.
so oppressed. We have to fight the patriarchy.
The patriarchy?
No, because we're getting raped by men. It happened not just the prison system, but the fucking army.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, ooh, well, I mean, I'll be frank. There are a lot of people. I'm sorry. I'm going to be frank. There are a lot of people who enlist in the army who are just there because they have a fucking power trip and they want to be dominant. And that's what these rape cases are about. It's just asserting. It's not a sexual thing with male on male rape. It's just, I'm above you. Fucking take it.
Well, beyond that, a lot of it is just if you haven't seen a girl in like years, you know. Well, so how do you guys feel about this whole thing? The military just came out and said that transgender people can be openly transgender in the military.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
So, okay, I saw this video that honestly was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It was
Oh.
some dude just ranting about how you're gonna be a leader when you're dressing like a girl. And it's like,
it's like, what, dude?
it was this weird
How are
thing-
you gonna be a leader when you? I don't know. Ask the fucking chancellor of Germany.
Well, and beyond that, it was like he went on this whole thing where like, this is a mental illness. We cannot have people with a mental illness leading us. And so, okay, let's say, I'm not saying it is, let's say just for the sake of this argument that it is a mental illness. A mental illness in which you think you are the other gender, but that's it.
Yeah.
We allow women in the military.
What would it matter?
If the only
Yeah.
thing is
Yeah,
the fucking,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
then it literally,
So
even
they
if
already
they
allow
Yep.
women in the military,
Unless-
and anything else is allowed in the military, why would?
Yeah.
What would it?
Guess what? This type of person is likely a Trump supporter, who is currently the leader of the world's free armies, and also suffers from the mental disease of narcissism. So let's see him walk himself out of that
Are
rabbit
you a
hole.
licensed therapist, Christian?
No, I just know that Donald Trump has been used extensively by multiple psychological authorities in colleges as yep, this is our case study. Donald fucking Trump. He is A1 narcissist.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Back with the transgender thing. That reminds me of the whole "don't ask, don't tell" situation that was going on, where it was how these people were arguing, I won't feel confident with a gay guy covering me from sniper fire. It's like, motherfucker, you're in the goddamn army. You're in the fucking army. You don't have the right to whine like a little bitch. You go out there and you act like the goddamn soldier you're supposed to be, and you do your fucking duty.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel, Christian.
Yeah.
What? What do you... Is that a joke? You being funny with me? You being funny with me?
No, yeah, I think.
You don't have the right to puss out like, oh god, I shouldn't say that.
All right, yeah.
Like,
Fucking misogynist over here. We keep calling him on it. He just won't stop. I'm sorry to all my female viewers. It's just he's been drinking. I'm terrified currently.
Come help us, please.
Yeah, no, I think that there's a lot of stuff that people just they see it as change and they don't think
They're not
that it's
comfortable with it, and
with the whole 1984 thing, kind of reminds me of. I want to talk about something positive in politics right now.
Okay, that's a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Not a lot to talk about when it comes to nice stuff in
No.
politics lately, is there?
No.
That's nice. I heard a couple kittens got born yesterday.
Got
Born. They got
okay.
born.
Okay.
That's happy news, right? I mean,
I literally thought that you said, I heard a couple kittens got blown yesterday.
blown yesterday.
Yeah, I mean that's good
awful.
news.
That's good news. That's
I
good
mean,
news.
if they can get it, let them get it.
So, speaking of uplifting news, right before you do this,
Yes.
so I saw this video the other day that was just
Please
so
cut
it was,
me
it was
off.
supposed to be this. Yeah, it's my favorite thing to do.
No,
It's
go
my
ahead.
favorite
Go
thing to
ahead.
do.
Go
it
ahead.
is your favorite.
I watched this video that was basically like a mother dog being reunited with her puppies in some pound, right? It's supposed to be this super happy video. And it was like, oh, I need some happy news, right? So I watched it, and then the whole time the dog's running around looking all over the place, trying to find all the puppies and shit, right? And I couldn't figure out why, but the dog still seemed so frantic even after all the puppies were out. Look in the comments. Turns out one died, so she was like looking for that one the whole time. She's like, "There's supposed to be 5 here. There's supposed to be 5 here." And it took this happy video and just crushed my fucking soul into like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So it's not happy news, but
It's terrible.
yeah, happy political news.
happy political news. Okay, so one thing positive coming out of Trunks, I almost said. Out of, I'd rather have Trunks from Dragon Ball Z be president. No, that's a real leader. One thing positive about Trump getting elected, not that I say that's a good thing, but there is a newfound vigilance against people like Trump, and there's this reinvigoration among especially progressive communities where it's like, hey, we got to get our shit together. We got to start like talking about like the actual. We need to fucking get rolling on the issues that matter. And Trump is like serving as this conduit now for people to get their anger out there and to actually get motivated to try and do something about it.
Yeah,
that's
I think so. And you know, some of the stuff that I've seen though, and not talking about like the riots even or anything, but there's this wave of censorship from the main news outlets, and specifically like on and I'm not, and you know, private organizations have the right to report and do whatever they want, but you know, especially on a place like Reddit, you know,
Twitter.
Well, okay, Twitter's another example when you talk about people like Milo Yiannopoulos, you know.
The bad boy of the alt-right.
Yeah. Well, you know, even on Reddit, they banned like the alt-right subreddit just got banned like 2 days ago. And a bunch of this stuff you cannot talk about, or you cannot question climate change on any of the science stuff. You're not allowed to like you're not allowed to say anything like bad about it, or like ask like questions like, but wait, what about this? You'll just get fucking banned.
You know?
What?
And it's
well, okay.
because
like,
they've said that like, no, it's done. It's you're not adding anything to the conversation by denying, even though the stuff that people are getting banned for is not denying. It's like, but this data is wrong.
Questions.
Well, beyond that, it's pointing out like this data is flawed, this experiment's wrong, and you're using it to back up stuff that doesn't make sense. And a lot of people do that.
And you can do that while agreeing with the the conclusion. Just
but
not
but
with the
this is what's
methodology.
happened on Reddit. It's become this weird echo chamber, and like it's the same thing. You just get to go to the subreddit that you agree with and listen to everybody. Like there's the Donald, which is the Donald Trump subreddit, which constantly is on the front page, and then there's like all the other anti-Trump stuff, and it's like, God, I feel like Reddit's become just this shitstorm of who gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, we're gonna post a picture of Trump. Will this reach the front page? Oh, we're gonna post a picture of Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders. Will this reach the front page? Like, I don't give a fuck. Show me something funny. I don't come here for your stupid political ideology.
I don't know. Donald Trump
I'm here
is
to
pretty
like
funny.
avoid that. if
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. And you can filter it out, but it feels dumb to me that like the censorship I think is really dumb. And it's the same thing like UC Berkeley, I want to say, just like started a fucking riot to get Milo Yiannopoulos to quit. Like they had to like get police and shit to like escort him out because
really?
they started fucking fires. They
That I
were
don't agree
breaking
with.
windows.
This was for him to
This was
speak
like
at a
right now.
college?
This was like maybe a week ago.
To speak at a college.
Yeah, because he's on his like I think it's called like the
fucking-
Dangerous Faggot tour, and yeah, that's what he calls. That's his. Yeah, just fits him.
Man, I fucking
And like
hate. I hate these fucking like fake ass safe space liberals who are like,
Yeah.
You can't say something I disagree
Yeah.
with. It makes me
Isn't the whole idea of college to be like you know
open-minded.
well and to just at least let everybody have their opinion voiced. It's
Exposed
like well,
to
and
new
people are like, oh
ideas.
well, hate speech is different. But once you say no hate speech, the idea of hate speech is subjective. Once you say the government or anybody else is allowed to censor hate speech, then they get to define what that is from there on
I
out.
was just gonna say, what is hate speech then? You know.
Exactly.
Define it. Let's not shut out ideas. Let's
Exactly.
overcome them.
In the same way I will listen to you talk to me about why safe spaces are good, you should listen to me about why Milo Yiannopoulos should be allowed to speak at universities. It's as simple as that. And I don't agree with the guy in like 99.99% of what he says.
Like you're not
but-
attracted to black men.
But
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the 0.01%. No.
Ian, you got something to tell us?
No, but I think it is interesting that there's this weird like half like preaching tolerance and intolerance at the same time. It's this weird duality that seems to be going on, and specifically in the left in a big way right now.
Cognitive dissonance is abound everywhere.
Absolutely.
on
It's
both
just it's
sides.
just apparent in different ways.
I wanna talk about this newfound vigilance with Trump in comparison to Obama's legacy. and this is the more negative aspect of this conversation, right? Like, now that Donald Trump is elected, he has become this negative face that people now get to hate and get to be motivated against. It's like, oh no, now he's going to start all these countless conflicts over in the Middle East, and he's going to bomb them all over the place, and this, that, and the other thing. Guess what, motherfucker? Obama, and I'm as liberal as they come, right? This is actually one of the reasons why I criticized him for this. Obama, it was hawkish as the next fucking Republican, right? And when he was in office, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of liberals were just like, rah, rah, that's my guy. But he was, I mean, a drone program with a 90% casualty rate. That's fucking unacceptable. And if Trump were doing that shit, every goddamn liberal would, and rightly so, they would be screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think I agree. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy on both sides. And it's these people who don't really want to read into stuff. And when it comes down, it's the headline. People read headlines, not retractions. I think that's just a really
do.
Yeah.
Really do.
And that's something I've always said. And I think it's just really, it fits so well nowadays, specifically with all this new media that's coming up. You know, you talk about like the internet pretty much runs all media now. Like MSNBC, CNN, Fox, they're not shit. If you look at their
Not anymore.
If you look at their view
they're
rates,
not at all.
You
they
sound
don't
like
get
Trump.
anything.
Look at CNN's ratings.
Yeah, look at them. They're fucking
Abysmal.
terrible.
It's poor.
Well,
Oh, God.
I
I
also
just
said Fox News. So.
I just used a word with 3 syllables in a Trump voice.
Yeah,
That doesn't work.
that doesn't work. But
Sad.
yeah,
Wrong.
yep. But it is interesting because, and I think in a large way, most of the places people get their outlets have a pretty heavy liberal bias when it comes down to it. You look at places like Twitter and Facebook, where technically they aren't presenting any information, but they are actively censoring certain information, therefore making the platform a place for one ideology to exist, but not the other.
Yeah.
So in terms of the old media TV outlets, that doesn't have the super liberal bias. But
No, not at all. They always try to be much more moderate because that's how they get the best
God,
ratings.
even fucking MSNBC is now like center, if not center right.
Yeah, I don't watch any of that shit, just like everybody in our generation.
Yeah,
It's fucking
nobody
useless.
fucking watches
And like
it.
they try to have an online presence and they do blogs and shit now, and nobody just gives a gives a shit because it's like
New media is
guys are
taking
all
over,
old
and I am
fucks.
fucking happy. I
Yeah.
am so fucking happy about
I
it.
have kind of this.
Well,
It's a double-edged sword, you know. It's kind of like
yeah. I'm not talking about like fucking what is it? BuzzFeed.
Oh yeah,
Shit
BuzzFeed.
like that.
Oh,
I'm talking
God.
about people like I just want to quick plug the places where I get my news. Secular Talk, the Young Turks.
Young Turks suck.
No. You hate Cenk Uygur. You don't hate the Turks.
Yeah, well, he's like the leader of it, and they named their fucking group after the Armenian genocide. So I
Genocidal
mean,
group.
that's nice. I love that.
Sometimes
Hey, wait,
you
welcome-
gotta see the forest for the
you're right.
trees, Ian.
Welcome to the Hitler
whatever.
Youth Podcast. Is that no, dude? That's just a term for radicalized people. That doesn't mean I'm not talking about the genocide. I'm just talking
know.
about a really excited group of people, right? So the Hitler Youth. That's
What
on
you're
your
saying is
podcast.
valid. I just think you're a little bit hung up on something a little less significant than you make it out to be. I know
I
it's,
just hate
it's
him.
bullshit. It's
I just hate
bullshit.
him. Well, and he runs all that stuff, and I just hate how he's like this over emotional, angry fuck. And
The
it's like,
thing-
get over it, dude.
The thing about him running it is that's one of the things that I love about new media. By the way, the third person I was going to list off was Jimmy Dore.
Okay,
Fucking
I don't know
great.
much about that guy.
Yeah, fucking great political comedian. Watch his shit. Super liberal. Like even he pisses off liberals. Yeah. So, anyway, what I wanted to mention was the interesting thing about new media outlets is that it's not the same as those corporate outlets where it's like, here's a narrative that we're going to establish, and if you don't toe the line, you get fired. No, the people on the Young Turks talk about all the time, like, how they love their job because, like, nobody's telling me what to fucking say. And it shows because during their shit, they're always, like, they're bickering with each other a lot of the time.
I do like that aspect of new media. I absolutely agree with that. I just think that it creates, in a lot of ways, echo chambers for people who don't want to go out and challenge their beliefs. You know, they can sit there and they can be reaffirmed by what they already believe over and over and over, and get these facts that just reaffirm exactly what they already believed over and over and over, rather than going out and finding information that would challenge them, which I think is how you should approach politics. You shouldn't,
You gotta get multiple sources, and you gotta...
and not even just multiple sources. You need to get
don't-
multiple different viewpoints, not just sources. Viewpoints are more important than sources.
Don't believe everything you hear, even if you're inclined to believe it. Think about it, and look into it. Okay.
Yep.
And like I've watched the Young Turks plenty of times where I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is that it's their bullshit. Like nobody told them to bullshit me.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
just
no, totally,
that
totally.
one person at that one point is just like full of shit, just there.
Yeah, and I absolutely do respect that part of new media. It's interesting. There's good parts and bad parts about every kind of media when it comes down to it, and I think that overall, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that we have more misinformation now than we did 20 years ago?
We have more information.
Therefore, do you think that would equal more misinformation?
Yeah, maybe,
Perhaps not
but
proportionally.
I was just gonna say proportionally, it could very well.
Because
be the same,
yellow
you know?
journalism has always been around.
Yeah,
You know, that just
exactly.
sensationalized version of shit.
I just feel like maybe it's more.
You know what? I think we have more.
Maybe it's more presented.
I think we
kind
might.
of, more available.
And that's what I'm thinking. And it's the same idea.
You
It kind
know,
of ties
you've
into this
got your
echo chamber
phones right
thing.
in your hand, your computer, all that shit.
And it is. And I truly think that the worst thing about this, and I just said this, I guess, but, you know, like, it is the fact that you can sit in this echo chamber with, like, thousands of people who believe
and-
exactly what you believe.
Yeah, and just the fact that, like I guess we were just saying before, no one really, they just read the headlines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you're just scrolling or whatever you're
Like,
doing. and
honestly-
you just read a headline and then it's like, oh well,
I believe
I
that.
read that, so I believe that.
You know why I believe
the
it?
article. I didn't like go to Google and look into that concept or story or whatever, or
Yeah.
Honestly, I believe
talk to anybody else to formulate opinions about it.
I
just-
believe it because I'm one of those people. Like, that's reflective on
exactly. It
the
happens
state of the
to-
American worker. Like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
I just don't have time. And I'm a political junkie, too. I mean,
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's definitely difficult. It's
Yeah.
definitely difficult.
I would agree.
Man.
Oh,
What a good talk.
so
What
much
a good
to cover,
talk we've
too.
had so far,
I
guys.
would say so.
It's beautiful.
Let's take a moment to talk about the positive things Trump has done. He's axed.
go somewhere better than
Trump?
This is the Happy Trump Hour with Ian, Pat Jacobson, and Christian. We're going to be delivering a lot of good, positive, fascist vibes your way.
I don't know how to take that.
Is this working? Is this adding to the atmosphere?
So how about them Jews, huh?
What the shit?
Hey, this is the Trump Happy Hour, man.
All right.
That was the whole
I
thing.
think I think that's enough Trump.
Should we move? Oh, enough Trump.
I think it's enough Trump.
Should we move on from politics in general? 'Cause, oh man, there's a lot we didn't touch on, but if we're in a crunch for time,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
God
We'll
damn.
probably.
Hey man, there's gonna be a lot more podcasts.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. That's not exhaustive
Yeah.
material.
Exactly.
right?
You don't need to hammer everything out.
Yeah, because we're
No,
probably already looking
let's
at
leave them wanting more. You know?
Yeah.
Like, because
Cool.
the
want more?
you like that?
And at once a unifying, resounding no was heard from audiences across the globe.
Wrong. Okay, so should we move on to video games and technology, perhaps?
We can touch on that a little bit.
A little bit. All right. So let's see. Pat, you wanted to talk about space sex.
Space
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah. Why are you talking about? Yeah. What is that?
What is that?
Having sex in space?
How does space sex not make you curious?
I mean that would. Yeah. Space boobs in particular seem particularly interesting.
See?
You'd never get that
I mean,
weird.
space
You never get that weird like.
Like the 3-boob chick from Riddick, or
Oh,
was that
what?
Riddick? I've never seen the movies.
I've never heard of a movie.
With a chick with 3 boobs?
Really?
They're
what was that
I'm
from?
sure there
I
are
can't
several.
remember what it was.
I'm sure there's several. It's such a common theme.
Sure? Did I say it? Was I the one who said that?
That was the movie with the claw.
I
too,
forgot
wasn't
the
it?
joke as I told it. No, there is a movie with that.
The 3-boobed chick.
I don't think it's Riddick.
Yeah.
SpaceX.
Oh,
What is
SpaceX,
space?
yeah, so,
SpaceX, not space sex.
Not it is.
For those who
not.
didn't get, I was being annoying.
Well, which is classic
That's so unusual.
Christian over here.
I know.
Yeah, but SpaceX. I don't know. I just came across. I was on. What was I doing? I was on Khan Academy. I don't know if you guys have ever
Khan and
been on there.
Academy.
It's just like some website you can go to, and it's just all it's like free education-ish per se. You can just find.
All right.
Anyways, and they had a video on there with an interview of the guy's name is Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
And
I've heard the name.
Yeah, so was like started in PayPal, and then
Oh yeah.
he started Tesla. And like so
He started PayPal.
Yeah, I don't know if he was like I did PayPal, but he was in like the creating group of PayPal for sure.
One
Wow.
of the heavyweights.
And
I
apparently
didn't know that
that's
one
where
about him.
most of the money that he is putting into SpaceX came from PayPal. He's like I mean in the video he's like, yeah, so I just had some of the extra money laying around from PayPal, which was like approximately 60 million.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Just
yeah.
a little extra
Oh,
money.
Cool, man.
It's like retirement money, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. His whole thing was kind of just kind of the future of the Earth, really,
Yeah.
and kind of what it holds. And
I'm in favor of that.
His interest in traveling space to keep the human population going,
And
really.
to find those hot chicks with 3 boobs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of sad that like, and it's not him particularly, but it's just something I kind of thought about where it's
Yeah.
like this idea that like, rather than like doing more environmental shit, we're just
Well,
like
but at the
looking
same-
to be like, well, let's
Correct.
just go to Mars,
But
this desolate
Him,
fucking
though, How can
wasteland.
you say that with him when
That's
he
true.
started Tesla?
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is like
Yeah.
Tesla,
the main
Tesla,
first fully electric.
yeah.
and
I've heard a lot of
like,
complaints about
spans
them
from
as
there.
cars, though.
Yeah,
Well, it's a relatively new.
That's true.
it
That's true.
definitely is. And just the concept of it too is like,
Yeah,
hey, look, we
it's
can
definitely
create this
revolutionary.
thing that, for the most part,
What about that car that can run on water, man?
Oh my god, I'm so tired. There's a guy on my Facebook who just recently posted something about this guy who basically that same thing basically, and this
Basically,
gets cycled through so many times. And if you look up the dude's name, all you have to do is look up his name, and you see, because like the whole thing was like, this man was just arrested because he invented this machine that would put oil companies out of business. And it's like immediately I'm like, okay,
Solar
that's
panels?
complete bullshit. And it was like this weird water type engine thing, right? And
Was it a
but
perpetual
if you
energy
look
device?
up the guy's name, maybe I don't remember the specifics. All I know is I looked up the guy's name just to be like, okay, what's his deal? Arrested for securities fraud for defrauding investors because none of the shit that he invented worked.
Oh.
And he made these big long-winded videos about how it all works, and he got all these investors to join in, and then he got arrested for securities fraud because it didn't do shit.
Wow.
And all you had to do is look up his name. His name's in the video.
let's back up
So
to
it's
what
a
we were
Skrelly
talking about
situation.
like 10 minutes ago, when people just don't look
Yeah,
into
they,
things.
yeah, exactly. And
They
it
just see
bothers
the
me.
headline or what, the first fucking
Well,
paragraph
well,
or whatever it
well,
is, and
What bothers me the most about that though is like this person who
formulated.
posted this then had this big like paragraph about how like, oh yeah, no wonder the government would never let this happen. It's like, dude, if you care about that stuff that much, why didn't you look into it for more than 2 fucking seconds?
literally.
People don't have the time. Not to say that validates. That
No, if you're gonna
yeah.
if you're gonna post something on Facebook and be all bitchy and pissed about it, I expect you to fucking actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
If you're just gonna post it in passing, fine, whatever. Maybe you just saw it and you're like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
But if
that's
you're
not
really
what
gonna
you
go out of your way to like make a statement about how the government's corrupt because this thing exists, you better fucking know it actually exists.
Yeah.
But back to
SpaceX and
SpaceX.
Earth. Mm-hmm. What
I like that place.
me too.
Good food.
How you just said bailing on Earth per se
Yeah.
to move elsewhere. What do you
How do I feel about that?
Yeah.
Kind of need as a species to terraform
like? Do you
Mars.
think
Yeah.
we can irreverse?
No, definitely not. We already fucked it.
Yeah, that's
but
what
like,
I'm saying.
well,
That's-
but the problem is like, I don't know. I don't want to
feel
live.
like-
I
feel
don't
like
want to
you
live on
could,
Mars
but it would
personally.
have to be such a drastic lifestyle change.
We have no
and
choice.
Everything changed.
I just don't want to fucking live on Mars. Mars would be shit.
Well, it wouldn't be like, and when he was talking about it in this video, it's like we were trying to put together rockets to get to Mars. From there, we want to try to take like plants up there and see if there's a way that we can
Terraform the planet.
do,
Yeah.
something like that. And
It's definitely
That
be
would be
interesting. I mean, you guys ever
insane.
seen Interstellar? That's
Nope.
like the premise of that movie.
Nope.
They're not going to Mars. They're trying to.
who was
It's
in
Matthew
that one?
McConaughey, Matt Damon.
No, what was the other?
Oh, you're thinking of no, I know what you're thinking of. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, no, this one was like they're trying to go through some black hole to like, I don't know, like save humanity because they got to find a new hospitable planet, and there's
That's
someone. And the whole thing is like that theory where like, you know, point A to point B, and then you fold the piece of paper in half, and it's right next to each other. That like super theoretical thing that's never been proven in any way.
Well, wasn't it Einstein who proposed?
Oh, then it must be real.
Actually, there are like a bunch of his old breakthroughs, like modern sciences, are like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, that's usually how it goes. I mean, there's like that fucking great It's Always Sunny scene where Mac is disputing evolution.
Oh,
If you haven't seen
yeah.
that, fucking go look up that video right now. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Mac disproves evolution. It's so
What was it
fucking
like?
funny.
Newton was wrong about
Yeah.
something, so now he's an asshole.
Yeah, it's great. It's so great. No, it really is. It's like because you know he invented gravity, did all this stuff, but you know he thought he could turn common
Invented
metals.
gravity.
Yeah, he thought he could turn like metals into gold, and he died eating mercury. It's like, so how smart is this motherfucker? It's a great scene.
It's
Really
fucking
well
great.
done.
Yeah.
And it really challenges that belief of like, you know, we do trust that scientists are right in the same way that a lot of people trust the Bible to be right. We just see it as more real since it's more observable. But honestly, I've never physically observed evolution. I just believe that these scientists aren't lying to me and that what they wrote in this book is true.
And that's what I was going to say, like you just said, what they wrote in this book. I was thinking about this the other day, I guess, partly because I have a kid who will be going through school and whatnot. But, you know, same thing, your science books and your history books, or like your American history books, you know, and it's just the shit that they write and then all the shit that they leave out. Mm-hmm. So that you just grow up never knowing this part of American history and hopefully never finding out. And,
That's
you know,
back to fucking 1984. Let's talk about
Exactly,
that,
you know?
revising the history to make it fit for the new regime and whatever they want it to be.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I don't know.
It is.
Definitely. I think
I think we should end on the technological aspect. So let's start talking video games, and then kind of move into that.
I think we're almost ready to wrap up here, man. It's been
Should we just?
I think we should
call
take
it
this
quits?
down. I think this has been a productive.
And then leave that
First
side
time.
for the
It's fine.
next. No, yeah.
Yeah, no. So like I think this was a fun time. We had a good session. Thanks
I
for
would
joining
agree.
us here at the Circle.
Until next time.
Yeah. I had a good time.